first, Detroit is about to learn its fate. A judge will decide if the city is eligible for bankruptcy.
I don't know how to justify this bankruptcy.
I don't know if we fell under that category.
What this could mean for residents if it's passed.
You're watching 7 Action News, always taking action for you.
And tomorrow is decision day for the city of Detroit. Judge Stephen Rhodes will decide if the city is eligible for bankruptcy.
He will make his ruling from the bench at 10 tomorrow morning. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner has been on this from the very beginning and shows us what we can expect.
The easy part, insolvency. No one is disputing that Detroit is $18 billion in the hole. Without bankruptcy protection, the city no doubt would be hit with chaos. Tens of thousands of lawsuits from creditors wanting their money. But also on the mind of Judge Stephen Rhodes, Detroit's service insolvency and the residents suffering.
I think that resonated with the judge because he's concerned with the citizens, as we all are, and he wants to make sure that they do provide basic city services for their health and safety and welfare.
Be on the lookout for protesters in front of the courthouse and inside, with no cameras with federal court. How Judge Rhodes rules. Did the city negotiate in good faith with creditors before filing for bankruptcy? Or was it impractical to negotiate with nearly 100,000 creditors, including retired Detroit city employees, facing health care and pension cuts? The Michigan Constitution protects pensions, but does that hold up here in a federal bankruptcy court case? Remember, the governor who approved bankruptcy had to give unprecedented testimony in this case.
And isn't this a provision of the Constitution of Michigan?
And it also involves the Constitution of the United States when you're talking Chapter 9 bankruptcy. And I thought it best to leave to a judge, the judicial branch, to make a determination of a legal question.
During the eligibility trial, even the judge asked attorneys for the city and the state questions about the emergency manager law, how it was passed in a hurry-up vote in Lansing last December after voters repealed the earlier law.
How important is it for the judge not to decide just eligibility, but the pensions and the constitutionality of 436 that put you in power?
You know, I'm going to really stay away from all that. That's before the judge now, and I just can't have any comment on it.
Experts believe those major legal precedent-setting rulings will not come now, but during the expected next step as the city files a reorganization plan at the end of this year.
And the judge has suggested that the constitutionality and the pension issues, quite honestly, are for another day when confirmation comes up.
The slim chance the judge could find Detroit did not meet eligibility requirements, and Detroit would be tossed out of bankruptcy. Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
So what do Detroiters think? A little less than 11 hours until Judge Rhodes announces his decision. Well, 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaykat is live outside federal court in downtown Detroit right now. And Simon, what are you hearing from the people you've talked to tonight?
Carolyn, Detroiters we talked to have some very passionate and differing views on this topic, and expect to see a large crowd of them out here tomorrow for the proceeding. As our own Jim Kirchner just mentioned, the decision made tomorrow by federal Judge Stephen Rhodes will impact every Detroiter, Detroit employees, past and present, and countless others. While we know the emergency manager, Kevin Orr, is not going anywhere for the time being, his ability to use bankruptcy as a tool has been debated at length, and now comes a crucial moment in the morning. Tonight we asked Mayor-elect Mike Duggan to weigh in on this, but his office declined to give us an interview. Meanwhile, Detroiters on both sides are speaking out.
I think he's going to say that the bankruptcy is illegal because they didn't have a fair trade. You know what I mean? It's not, may not.
You mean negotiation in good faith with the unions?
Right, there you go.
If it's going to help the city in the end, then, you know, if that's something they need to do, then I don't see what the problem is.
I just don't think anything's, anything has been done legally. I don't know how to justify this bankruptcy.
I don't know if we fell under that category. I don't know if all the circumstances led us to be righteously filing for bankruptcy.
And check out these barricades that have already been placed here outside the courthouse. As we were preparing for our live shot, we saw the Detroit Police Mounted Division drive by. They are going to be setting up early in the morning, and we know that there will be a large police presence out here tomorrow to make sure that they can keep the peace. Live from downtown Detroit, Simon Shaykat, 7 Action News. Back to you.
Certainly a lot of eyes will be watching. Thank you so much, Simon.
We will be among those eyes. Detroit's emergency manager Kevin Orr will hold a news conference tomorrow right after the judge's ruling. Orr will talk to the media at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center in Detroit at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And of course, We'll be there and in the courtroom to bring you live updates as soon as it all happens.
And our 7 investigator Ross Jones will be blogging live from the courtroom when the decision comes down at 10 tomorrow morning.
So we invite you to stay with 7 Action News and WXYZ.com and your mobile device for team coverage on air, online, and on your mobile device.